Laurinaitis still traveled, still appeared in company directories, still sat in meetings, but his presence was no longer central. For years, that became the story. Johnny Ace lingering in the background, not steering the ship, but refusing to be thrown overboard. The locker room saw him differently in these years. Veterans remembered him as a cold executive voice behind mass releases. Rookies knew him mostly as a rumor, the man older talent blamed when opportunities dried up. The new wave of wrestlers coming through NXT, the Sami Zayns, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor's, Bayley's, Charlotte's, and Becky Lynch's. Laurinaitis wasn't the man signing their deals or charting their paths. Triple H and his team carried that authority. Laurinaitis became an office ghost, still visible, still relevant, but increasingly disconnected from the creative lifeblood of the company. And yet he endured. That was always his signature, survival. When Bischoff was out, Laurinaitis stayed. When Ross was out, he stayed. When Stephanie shifted roles, when Triple H expanded power, when regimes reshuffled, he found a way to remain. The whispers about him in the locker room, rat, company man, yes man, weren't just insults. They were acknowledgments of the one truth everyone recognized. Laurinaitis knew how to last. But survival isn't permanence. The 2020s brought a reckoning, not just for WWE, but for the corporate culture that had shielded Laurinaitis for decades. In June 2022, the Wall Street Journal reported that Vince McMahon had authorized millions of dollars in hush money payments to cover up allegations of sexual misconduct. Laurinaitis' name surfaced immediately, not just as an executive, but as a direct participant in some of the allegations. The reporting alleged that women within the company were paid to remain silent about relationships and misconduct involving McMahon and Laurinaitis. The fallout was immediate. WWE announced that Laurinaitis had been placed on administrative leave. Internally, staff and talent whispered what many had long suspected. The corporate yes man had finally been caught standing too close to the fire he had spent years tending. For the first time, his survival instincts failed him, the very skill that defined his career. Proximity to power, loyalty to Vince, willingness to execute uncomfortable tasks became the reason he was expendable. In the optics of crisis management, WWE needed to show accountability. Vince was insulated by his empire. Laurinaitis was not. He was removed quickly, with no on-air goodbye, no farewell announcement, not even the courtesy of the future endeavor line he had delivered to so many others. One day he was on the corporate roster, next day he was gone.